wait for this best-of-5 final. I'm Captain Flowers. I'll be joined by Azael for the cast. Isaac, are you ready?
Of course, man. LCK versus LPL, RNG versus DAMWON. Absolute titans in the scenes, representing the hopes not only of their fans for their teams, but of their regions, of their home countries. There's so much riding on this beyond just the players' individual stakes. It really does represent this battle between the LCK and the LPL that has been going on for so long. And I'm so excited to dive right into the draft here. RNG, double marksman bans here on the blue side. Both these teams have had such high priority on Kai'Sa as well as Nautilus. Wow. But it is the first pick Lucian coming through, and this is, you are expecting up towards that top lane for Xiaohu. Of course, it could be flexed elsewhere, but it has only been played by Xiaohu for RNG in this tournament. And I want to see, where the prio is going to go. If you go Tristana, there is the possibility of matching a flex with a flex here. Morgana, I think, should be very high prio, especially given that Nautilus Kai'Sa is so popular among these two teams. It is the most played by far for both the ADs and the supports. When you bring in Morgana in the jungle, you get to the 5v5 with the long-range marksman, such as that Tristana, and the Black Shield is such a good answer to the potential engage coming through from that Nautilus. Kai'Sa will be grabbed up, but because it is as that third pick, the Nautilus cannot be snapped up immediately afterwards. And this does mean there's more of an opportunity to focus on the support champion pool. We do not have parity in the picks necessarily here because this could potentially be a Lucian mid, but we are assuming Lucian top. Khan gonna be able to get his signature Scion that he played all through the LCK here. And I'm expecting to see a Nautilus ban unless DAMWON want to take it away for themselves.
Okay, so this draft is going along very quickly.
Very fast.
Before we're even able to read off the first half of the bans, we're already into the second half. So it's Zoe, Senna, Varus, Lee Sin, Renekton, Thresh, all banned away here. Second part of the bans rolling in now. Orianna, that staple mid laner. Almost everyone is comfortable blind picking this. It fits into so many compositions, and DAMWON says we're not seeing that here in the first game. The response will be to ban out a very similar evergreen style of champion in the Syndra from RNG, and we'll see how else DAMWON wants to approach this. They know where Kai'Sa is going. They know where Udyr is going. Lucian can be that question mark, like you said, but considering how likely it is for RNG to play it in that top side, we'll see. They'll probably try to continue focusing elsewhere. Yeah. Let's see what that last ban is going to be here for DAMWON. A couple seconds remaining, really using the whole clock here.
Okay.
Nocturne banned away.
Interesting. So they're not actually going to take away the Nautilus. They could be picking it for themselves, or maybe just not that concerned. A lot of mid lane focus here. But I do think with all the AP mid laners being banned out, this somewhat benefits Showmaker, because he could go towards an AD mid, given that he has Morgana in the jungle. He already has a little bit of AP there. They're not as focused on straight up physical damage as RNG is with double marksman already. You definitely feel like, given that Scion has been picked, you need some sort of an AP carry over on that side. I love the Leona here as the blind pick. If you're assuming that Nautilus is the pairing, Leona is such a fantastic matchup into the Nautilus. This is, talking to some of the pro players, what they consider to be the most beneficial of those 1v1 support matchups against the Nautilus. If the Nautilus hooks in, you go straight down to him with the Zenith Blade, you block the hook, you are tankier with your W up, with the Aftershock proc, and with Marksman hitting the two supports, generally Leona will win out on that side. With Gragas coming through, this should be a mid lane Lucian for Cryan, and that would be very likely the AP Gragas that we saw from Xiaohu. He actually played this once against DAMWON already, and even with the Leona coming through, Nautilus is still the choice, but I love DAMWON's comp already. They have such good answers, I feel, to this in the 5v5. The laning phase is going to be the question here. We'll have to see what Showmaker wants to bust out. But I mean, you've got Morgana to be able to answer the engage coming through in the 5v5. Obviously, that's in the jungle phase. But Leona as well in the 2v2 should give them preference in that bot lane matchup. And a Kali for Showmaker, throwing down the gauntlet here in game one of the finals. Has not yet brought it out in MSI, but this guy can play it all. He has been pretty much mid-gap against everyone in the tournament thus far, so we'll see how Cryan can survive, because he is on that Lucian, someone that wants to bully the lane, that wants to be aggressive, really create an advantage for himself. And if you fall behind against Showmaker here, double marksman that this Akali could really look to prey on.
I love Showmaker picking this against 2 AD carries in game 1 in a best of 5, really saying that he can put the team on his back and make things happen here. Lots of eyes also going to be on the bottom lanes here for both these teams. Remember that in the Rumble stage, these two went head-to-head twice already. Both times, it was RNG walking away with the win, and both times, Azael, we saw a lot of violence there in that bottom lane, whether it was 2v2 or whether either side was sending people down to help. I continue to expect that to be a focal point.
Absolutely, and both times, one team had a shot with that Kai'Sa Nautilus. RNG got it one game, DAMWON got it the other. And the answer in both of those games from the opponents was actually the Tristana, and the Tristana side did win in all of those matchups in the 2v2. Both teams, while piloting the Tristana, were able to get 2v2 kills in lane, create advantages for their team, and really snowball that forward. But it was Gala overall who really did run the show in that bottom lane against Ghost. Him and Ming have been incredible, and there's a lot of questions to be answered by this DAMWON bot lane coming into today. Beryl as well as Ghost have not been performing to the level that was expected of them. They have had a lot of 2v2 deaths, both against RNG, but also against Mad Lions in their series there. And Beryl has been consistently out of position, has been getting caught in bad spots. And while I think his mechanics have still been there, he has been really on point with the execution of the plays he's going for. He's not always going for the right plays, and he's not always in the right spot. And that has really been punishing him.
And of course, a reminder to all y'all out there watching the show here today, you can join in on the action too. Send us your tweets using hashtag Verizon5G All Chat for a chance to have your thoughts on the match featured here live on the broadcast, as we're now on to Summoner's Rift, ready for these two Titans to go head to head. And Isaac, to me, this matchup is so fun because coming into this tournament, everybody was looking at these two teams to be the two that stood out, to be number 1 and number 2. The opinion on which was which would vary from person to person, but almost everyone had RNG and DAMWON as the top 2 squads. And now in the first game, we're going to see RNG go for a delayed invade here. DAMWON will not see this. They walk away before their opponents would have come into vision. There is a ward placed down by RNG over there on the red side, so they will see exactly where Canyon is going, how he's pathing, and that'll allow Wei to take whatever he wants from this bottom corner.
Oh, that's actually a really big deal. And notice how Gala as well as Ming wrap around back through the tri-brush to try to hide the fact that they're coming from DAMWON side of the map. They do not want to tip off Canyon that they went for this invade, because now Udyr has the potential to actually go towards his blue quadrant and essentially secure a 3-quadrant clear, because he's actually taking all of these camps, and Canyon is none the wiser. Canyon also did not really get a leash, I believe, so it's going to be a really rough start for him if they are able to pull this off. We'll see where Wei wants to go. He is heading down towards just his Raptors now, but he could quickly go over to the blue buff and try to defend on that side for any sort of potential counterplay. They can assume that they were unspotted, but you don't know for sure where DAMWON had defensive vision. There's always the chance that on that invade they were spotted somewhere.
Well, and you could also see RNG pinging their own ward on that ramp entering into the red side, where Canyon's just walking over right now. RNG saying, hey, we haven't seen Canyon here up until now. We know that this ward is about to expire. Ming going in here in the bottom lane. Lots of nice early damage onto Ghost, who's ignited and has to back away. Ghost's heal traded away from Ming's ignite.
And he has no pots left. His pot is already running. We'll see how healthy he does get. So Canyon will be able to get into this split map situation. Does get over there, is on the blue buff now, so it's not going to be as bad as expected. And that's why I was kind of interested to see if Wei would have gone to try to actually contest that. They have pushing mid and top, so I feel like he could have actually gone blue quadrant to blue quadrant and potentially gotten a 3-quadrant clear there and really got out ahead of the Morgana, but DAMWON was able to suss it out. And as a result, yes, it won't be a full 6-camp clear to 6-camp, as we can't see Canyon taking the Wolves, but he does trade Scuttles, and he's in a pretty decent spot overall here. We'll see where he wants to look to go. He did do the clear where you go for Raptors straight over to Krugs. So you focus on those AoE camps on the Morgana, and you get them to respawn very, very quickly. This can kind of boost up your experience instead of starting on a buff. You really rapidly get those small camps to respawn. So he's already back and doing his second clear of Raptors. That's already dead. He's on the second clear of Krugs. And this is going to kind of slingshot him forward as far as the farm does go.
And that pretty much puts him even compared to his opponent, despite the fact that you already pointed out, hey, his opponent cleared one more camp in terms of counter jungling, but this proper cycling, this efficient pathing that sacrifices that buff early on and keeps it a little bit later, good stuff early on, guaranteeing that the jungle matchup stays even here. Now, Wei will be back in the bottom side. We'll see if RNG can find the play to make. Ming is ready to go in yet again. Dredge line down into Barrel, who tries to counter-engage here with the Zenith Blade, but Wei is already ready to go, baby! And it's RNG giving first blood over to Gala.
Yeah, Barrel going in way too far. Maybe just try to proc the Aftershock by throwing a Q down onto Ming, but I mean, he flies in onto Gala, and then from that point, there's no reason to even use your flash. He's just got to accept his death. Going in way too far, giving over a kill there, and it is Gala ahead already here. A big concern for DAMWON coming into this series, and Gala with the early first blood. Let's watch this one more time. They see Wei just now, but the Zenith Blade is already pre-casted. I think what he was trying to do was actually get onto Ming, but because of the angle there, he connected with Gala, he gets pulled in way too far, and does go down. Not the start that Barrel did want here after all the criticism he has been receiving.
Yeah. Barrel fell under a lot of criticism. Like, you could just see public opinion about DAMWON's performance, especially in their semifinal series up against Mad just yesterday. People were saying, man, Barrel is costing this team a lot with some of these mistakes. And going forward with the Zenith Blade there, that is a rough beginning here to this bottom lane 2v2. Left side of your screen right now, you can see 3 out of 4 of the solo laners in the game are now at level 6, do have those ultis ready to go. It'll be Xiaohu, the last one to hit that ever so important power spike. Notice the teleports too. Khan's got his ready, Showmaker's got his ready. Both of these guys have a lot of playmaking potential. Cryan and Xiaohu also still with the teleports ready to go. And we'll see if anybody wants to really orchestrate one of those big team-wide plays. We know how aggressive both of these teams can play in the early game. I guarantee you they came into this best of 5 ready with some of these strategies prepared to go. And we'll just see if they want to execute them here in the first game, if they're feeling confident in that. But for RNG right now, they've got control over the bottom side, and they're comfortable just taking a free trade.
Yeah, this is going to be theirs. No chance of a contest here coming through from DAMWON. Something we haven't gotten a chance to actually talk about is also how well the mid lane is going for Cryan. It's not even as though he went for the Ignite Lucian for something crazy aggressive. It's TP versus TP. He's up 19 CS after the reset there with an even amount of farm on both sides to grab. Yes, you are expecting the Lucian to be able to get ahead in the early levels, but this is a really good job from him. Despite the fact that they won both of the games in the group stage, Cryan was massively down farm, in both of those games overall. He did have good team fight performances. And when you're looking at this type of matchup, and you can see he may even be going in towards an early Hex Drinker, has the Null Magic Mantle, so wanting to make sure that he doesn't just get, fully burst down. I think it's a build that makes quite a lot of sense. You could even go towards a QSS if you wanted, given that there's a Leona and a Morgana. It's going to be magic damage coming out of the jungle plus the mid lane. As long as Cryan does not get killed in some sort of an all-in situation from the Akali, he can look to continue extending this lead. But right now, Canyon heading down towards bot side. We'll see if Barrel and Ghost can bait this out. If you can get Ming and Gala to go in, maybe this could be good for them. But Wei is on his way down here as well.
All right, it'll be a 3v3. Wei's coming in, he'll be the first to arrive. Does have a level advantage. Barrel's gonna be jumped on first. But a TP showing up. It's TPs from everybody, baby. Wei's running away here with about 200 HP. Khan shows up, Showmaker's ready to go now as well. Everybody's joined the bottom lane party. Culling finds its way onto a couple, but it's not focused onto anyone in particular. We just saw 4 teleports 8 minutes into the game into the same spot. Nobody's dead. Nobody's even close.
Just a prank. Everyone calm down. Put them away. Back it up. Back it up. All right. So DAMWON RNG, double TP from both sides, but neither side sure of their footing there, you know, to take that fight. And that is one of those things where maybe if this isn't finals, someone's willing to go for it, but they know the stakes of this game. They want to get out to the early lead. If you don't have what you believe to be a guaranteed fight, something where you're for sure going to get the advantage, they want to play it a little bit more carefully. And it also speaks to the confidence of both of these two teams in their team fight, in their compositions going forward. If you feel like you are on even footing in this game, hey, there's no need to risk something like that. And RNG has created a pretty good farm advantage here. Going to be interested to see where Khan goes exactly with his build. He has picked up the Null Magic Mantle because he is against an AP Gragas, as well as this Udyr is going to deal a fair amount of magic damage. So you want to pick up a little bit of MR maybe to try to survive that, but then you want to be getting in towards the Bramble Vest, the Tabbies, these types of things to deal with the double marksman, which is going to be what threatens Khan in the 5v5. You know, you don't want to get blasted in lane, but you've also got to make sure that you're not over-indexing towards AP, which is not going to be the issue later on.
Okay, we've got everybody from DAMWON ready to go to fight for this Rift Herald. Just everyone knowing that the teleports were spent bottom lane. That means if you want to be a part of this fight, you've got to walk up here the old-fashioned way. DAMWON starting this one up, have it down to about half HP. Wei is ready to try to contest this. All of RNG is about to show up. We're ready to go. Culling comes out yet again. Khan's going to block most of that without a lot of punishment here just yet. Shelly down to 1,000 HP, but Ming's going in. Here is your fight. Ming stunned up here on the very front. He'll be taken down first. It's Showmaker grabbing the kill. Now Khan's ready to counter-engage now, but they're able to dodge away from that one. Canyon having to dodge back. Cryan picking up the kill on that. We'll see if RNG can pick up the back end of the fight now too, but Ghost has the kill on Wei. Barrel's about to die next. Cryan picking up the double. RNG will continue to chase the enemy mid laner back into their own side of the jungle. Showmaker has retreated into enemy territory. Is there any sort of a way out from this? He may just be going for the execution. Ming runs out of the base but does not find him. Showmaker will try to get himself killed off by these turrets. One more hit'll do it, and he gets away with the execute.
Gets the execute, but RNG come away with the big win. They get the Herald. They win out in that 5v5, extending their lead, where DAMWON took their first swing really at RNG here after losing out in that play. In the new Aspect replay here, we can watch this one more time. RNG had such good positioning. Their marksmen always sticking together in this fight and moving around as a squad, being able to really section off and kill off the DAMWON members. The ulti knocking Barrel in. He's getting focused down. You can see that Ghost is really pushed back out of the fight for a lot of it. The Black Shield was actually used on Showmaker, so Ghost didn't have that for the Nautilus ulti. And then Gala, as well as Cryan, peeling off towards the top side, focusing down Khan, focusing down Canyon, killing off the Morgana, and taking the team fight win for themselves, all while Wei was able to finish off that Rift Herald and grab that for RNG. They are out to a great start here. They have the Herald. They're up 1.3k gold. That is going to extend, assuming they grab some plates. And they already got the first dragon as well. The second has spawned. So you want to continue to see them snowballing this game, moving towards a potential soul point here to really threaten that type of a victory.
And it's been a rough laning phase so far for Showmaker on the Akali into the Lucian, and with Cryan picking up that double kill in the fight, it just got tougher. Gale Force completed here. There's only 2 mythic items online currently. The other one is Khan's with the Frostfire Gauntlet, but the Gale Force just makes Lucian so much more of a threat, giving him an extra dash on top of the one that he already has, having that bonus execute damage. There's so much power that the dude has. It is just incredible. Vincent Music Gaming says today is a day when RNG Gala is getting a pentakill on Kai'Sa. All right, let's see if it happens. We know how much he likes to play the champion. We're sure to get more than just one game of it, unless this game is the pop-off one and it gets banned for the rest of the series. But Gala right now is 1-0-2. He's up in farm. It's feeling good for RNG. Showmaker and Canyon both hanging around this bottom side, but considering the amount of RNG presence, they shouldn't be able to do anything here to stop this Drake. Wei will disengage it, and everything's fine.
It's always really tough as well when you're playing the Akali in this matchup, and because of how difficult the early laning phase is, you go towards the Seekers. That makes a lot of sense, but you have the Seekers, you obviously, make a pit stop there for the Dark Seal. You have a lot of early game gold here just in kind of getting through the laning phase. Then Lucian picks up a couple of kills, and all of a sudden you're so far away from your Mythic, and he has that. So the power that Cryan has right now is really, really high, and Showmaker is very far away from completing that Mythic, and it's really going to be just kind of a waiting game for him, trying to get to that point, not fall further behind, to be able to stay relevant and potentially threaten those all-ins once he does finally get to that stage.
League of Legends is a game of trade-offs, and Showmaker deciding to go for those laning phase items, yes, it guarantees him better survivability, it guarantees him the ability to stay alive in that matchup, but man, you already said it. Having to deal with the Gale Force now, the double kill in that fight, it feels real bad. Teleports are now back up for all 4 players. The nice part about everybody TPing at once is you don't really have to keep track of separate timers, so both sides should be fully aware that their opponents have those teleports ready to go. You can see total gold here in the game. It's Cryan and Gala, the 2 richest players here, with Khan being a little further away down in 3rd place, about 300 gold behind them. This Scion, of course, will be the beefiest person in the game by quite a large margin if this one goes late.
And that's why I'm wondering, are we going to see, a rush towards Last Whispers really early here from Gala as well as Cryan? Because when the matchup next, at the next potential 5v5, you can see the plated steel caps just came through. You're expecting Bramble Vest very likely as the next option here. And Scion is going to become incredibly difficult to deal with because Xiaohu, yeah, sure, he does AP, but this is not a consistent amount of magic damage coming out from Gragas. He wants the 100-0 backline. He does not want to be attacking the Scion whatsoever. It's really the same thing here for Wei on the Udyr. Sure, he has some magic damage, but it's not really going to be enough to threaten the Scion at all. So I do think going towards early Last Whispers makes a lot of sense, unless you feel that you can actually circumvent the Scion, you can ignore him, you can try to go around him and attack some of those squishier targets. And that's going to be the judgment call that these RNG marksmen will have to make. But, I mean, DAMWON is keeping the gold relatively close here. It is approaching that 2,000 gold lead, but has stayed pretty stable over the last couple minutes, and we'll see, does DAMWON feel confident enough to actually fight at this next dragon? They've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to try to get those mythics complete, try to make something happen, but they're looking for a fight now.
All right, Barrel's the one looking for the play here. Khan uses his ulti to try to join as well. Barrel threw summoner spells and everything into that, but honestly, Wei's not even that hurt.
Yeah, they do trade flashes, but honestly, I think that the Leona flash may be more valuable in the 5v5, given that Wei is really just playing frontline. He does not have to find that critical engage, whereas if you are Barrel, you really want to try to lock down Cryan, this super strong marksman player who is not playing Cleanse, who does not have a QSS just yet. That may cost them a little bit here coming up on this 5v5, but at the same time, they wanted to go for a pick. They wanted to wrest back some control here from RNG, who has been running the show, who has been controlling vision, and they're trying to defend that line of vision that they have over in their blue buff quadrant to make sure that they can potentially contest this next dragon. RNG, though, will grab another Herald, and this just makes that potential 3rd dragon fight even more difficult because they could save this and just drop it right as it spawns. Canyon, though, is shadowing Khan here, so... Oh, he should have been spotted. Yeah, they pinged that out. The cannon
definitely saw him. Yeah, there's no way they didn't see him there. Ping already comes down. Xiaohu's fine just staying underneath the turret. There's no world there where he should die to anything that Canyon is trying to dream up here in the top side. Still a 2,000 lead for RNG. 53 seconds remaining until this 3rd Drake of the game spawns, with RNG already having the first 2. And now, critically, they have that Rift Herald, and they will be able to use that as a distraction, if they like, to play for this 3rd Drake and move on to a threat of soul for the rest of the game. Xiaohu now getting hit with the Dark Binding. They're ready to go. They are chain CCing this man all the way back into the spawn platform.
It's the long con. He gets spotted. You're like, there's no way this guy is going to waste this much time up here. He knows we saw him. It's the mind games on top of mind games. He waits it out. He finds the binding. They get the kill. And it's actually, at a time that could somewhat kneecap the setup for this dragon, but it looks like DAMWON isn't even moving down. They just want to try to trade towers, but they're losing towers across the map. They almost lost their mid lane. They did lose their bot lane. The recall is just now coming through. Khan does have TP, but this feels like they're not even going to contest. They just want to get a kill on top side, try to get some gold scraped back towards parity, and then look towards challenging RNG at Soul Point. But the problem is, even though you invested your jungler up to the top side, they lost their bottom tower, they're about to lose their mid tower, they haven't even invested Herald, so you didn't even get any gold back. It actually got worse. And now you've TP'd in Khan because they were expecting, I think, RNG to overcommit to push for the tier 2 there with the Herald. But the read was wrong. RNG is just playing this so patiently, so intelligently. They extend the gold lead. They have the Herald to grab yet another tower still later on. And they are on sole point here, looking incredibly good in game number 1.
And remember that this isn't just Soul Point, this is Infernal Soul Point with a double marksman composition in the first place. We've talked about how tanky Khan is, and of course everybody knows what Leona can survive as the game moves forward, but the other three, Morgana, Akali, Tristana, any amount of mispositioning, especially if your opponents have that Infernal Soul, it's just a GG.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really scary to deal with here, and DAMWON wants to get off to a good start, but RNG has controlled the pace of the game. From the level 1 invade to the 2v2s on that bottom side to the outfighting at the the top side of the map where they're fighting over that Rift Herald. They've got both the Heralds. They've got all 3 dragons. This has been their game thus far, and they are looking to maintain control. Showmaker, though, does have his mythic, and he wants the fight.
Okay, Showmaker's ready to go. Everything just gets thrown down, and Showmaker picks up a solo kill. Back here in mid, another fight's breaking out with Khan looking to grab some damage onto Gala, but Ming with the flash over the wall escapes, and RNG will be fine.
Man, Showmaker is always your X factor. You can never count DAMWON out. When this guy is on form, he can take over a game. Finds that AP Gragas in the side lane. They want more away.
We aren't done yet. Barrel's decided to go in, but he's taken down very low, about to die here with the Ignite still ticking. Barrel dies to Ming, as RNG will now find even more. They got Ming going right back in here with the dredge line. Might just die himself. Khan barely getting away. Ming's gonna drop. Cullen can't quite find the kill into Ghost, but they are not through. Khan has to flash away, 200 HP remaining. Showmaker looking to turn one right back around here with a decimating smash coming down. Won't find a lot. Showmaker wants to run, tries to go in and take another one with him, but he will not find the kill under Crying.
Xiaohu's pushing forward here. He's TP'd back. He wants to take this red buff. Canyon will secure it. Critical that they got some kills back there, though, because that was very close to going horrible for DAMWON. And if you decisively lose that fight, RNG could have just gone over to the Baron right there. It's post 20 minutes, it just spawned, and if you lose the Baron at that point, the game is just over. But it still feels like it's slipping from DAMWON's grasp. Showmaker joined that fight, but he didn't have his ulti, so it was very difficult for them to navigate here. They wanted to go for it as they had the extra member. Beryl goes forward here, but Wei is very tanky, and Beryl was always going to go down in the return. Gala flashing out of the decimated smash, sidestepping the shuriken flip there from Showmaker, and Showmaker really cannot contribute too much, so your numbers advantage no longer matters. Cryan waiting this out, expecting the decimating smash, that goes off, then he piles in, going forward, Wei buying time with the stopwatch. Looking like a play happening here on live, though. They're going for Gala.
All right, we're ready to go once again. Gala disengages, but now it's Wei stuck on the front line here as Beryl tries to lock him down long enough. Both RNG players will survive, and DAMWON just does not have the damage. This lead that has ballooned up to greater than 3,000 gold is doing some work here for RNG. Cullen coming out now. Cryan will clear out the wave, put a lot of damage into Beryl, and maintain the integrity here of this tier 1 turret. And critically, Azale, there's just over a minute left before the 4th Drake of the game spawns. Remember, RNG gets this, it's soul.
It absolutely is. One thing I will point out, though, the summoners will not be available for the RNG marksman for this soul fight. And there is going to be flash on Ghost. There will be on Showmaker. There will be on Canyon. So there is the possibility that they're able to run over a fight here. And there's still that fear, if you are on the RNG side, that one fight goes bad. Showmaker finds the angle, deletes a marksman. All of a sudden, your gold lead doesn't matter. You lose a fight. You lose a Baron. Game goes out of control. But this is something that RNG is going to be very well aware of. And we've got to remember, they don't even need necessarily to go for it. If they don't see the angle, if they don't like the way that the fight is going to look, they can afford to try to trade elsewhere, but they are setting up for this. They're making DAMWON come into them, and DAMWON is very split right now. So RNG is pushing forward, trying to section off members and look for an engage.
It's Showmaker that they find here with a start, and now, holy moly, Canyon's already down. Cryan grabbing the kill. Gala's going after Showmaker, and the rest of the team is now in a bad spot. Beryl will be picked off next. Cryan continues the assault. Sion runs away. It's all he can do. It's 2 for nothing for RNG. You're talking about if they don't want the Infernal Soul, they'll take the fight and they'll take this as dessert.
They want it all, Flowers, and it is theirs to have. Xiaohu going in, following up on the engage from Ming. Canyon throws the Black Shield on Showmaker, but he was the target. He gets CC'd, blown up, absolutely destroyed, cannot get off the stopwatch, cannot get off the flash. This is great target selection here from RNG. If you're gonna play AP Gragas, you've gotta have the confidence to back it up, and look at that, body slam, flash, cask, right into the double marksman, knocked out of the sky. If they hesitated for even a split second there, if he can get the ulti off into a stopwatch, maybe there's a chance for DAMWON, but he dies instantly. Showmaker is pushed out, and there was no chance from there to contest. DAMWON now up against it. RNG rolling in game number 1. They are looking so damn good. The last whisper now picked up here for Gala. You can see the IE is almost coming in for Cryan, and this Lucian is so far ahead of the pace of the game that a couple crits and you can just insta-kill someone, but maybe get a ping back here.
Yeah, we're talking about insta-kills. Goodbye to Ming, but can DAMWON get anything else from it? You cannot just get a single kill now at this state of the game. 24 minutes in, 4K behind, enemy team has Soul. DAMWON has to take anything and everything possible if they want to come back into this game.
Absolutely, they need more, right? And that's why I'm kind of wondering, do you just go and flip it at Baron? You know, hope that you can get a turn, hope that you can find some sort of a play. But DAMWON still feeling confident, playing it out pretty slowly here, but Ming is going to be back on the map in 5 seconds, so the window really has closed. It's a couple hundred gold in the pocket of DAMWON there, but RNG still well and truly in control, and when Lucian completes that IE, you get a couple autos down on Ghost. If you get those crits, he may just be dead, and Khan now is sectioned from the team. RNG pushing forward, can look to shove back DAMWON, establish vision control around the Baron here, and try to make that their next target. DAMWON wants this game to go long, but RNG want to push the pace, want to continue their aggression, and really make the most of the lead they have right now.
Yeah, RNG has looked like a completely different beast compared to what DAMWON's bringing to the table here in game number 1. They just seem so coordinated, so effective. Ming taking a bit of damage, but they're not worried about it at all. Solar Flare comes down. Khan's already almost dead. Showmaker wants to approach on the flank, but does he even have the angle? Popping the stopwatch already. Showmaker's gonna get focused into the Shroud. They're still ready to go. Barrow wants to try to find the counter engage. Showmaker will not kill the enemy top laner. Ming is about to die, but it's only Xiaohu who dies to the second part of the Soul Shackles. Gala's made his way into the fight, but the explosive charge is about to take him down. Showmaker finds it with a perfect execution. RNG is currently down a man. Canyon with a nice dark binding.
This is gonna be Baron.
Beautiful follow-up, and he's on a rampage. Ming somehow survives. It's him and Cryan against a 4-man squad from DAMWON. Showmaker wants to recall, come back in with a TP. Cryan's unstoppable already. Khan wants to continue the chase. Ghost is ready to go now too, but they gotta be so careful. Cryan is a monster.
That was so huge. He sees the window, flashing in, executing Canyon, denying any chance of the Baron there, so it just results in a back and forth team fighting instead of that potential win here. Showmaker was on the side, could not hit the shuriken flip, so his entrance into the fight is very delayed, but Khan buys so much time. Ghost was untouched here. Showmaker, early Zonia's on the knock up there, gets the Shroud down in time, so he does survive. And then, again, this is all creating space for Canyon and Ghost. He's able to play it over the wall. Q timed out of the Zonias, gets that initial kill. Then you see Gala go in, but it is too far. The instant ulti comes through from Showmaker. The explosive shot finishes him off. R2 coming through to seal the deal. And with Ghost still very, very healthy, Canyon knows that Udyr is there. That was a blind binding. Is able to connect it. They get the kill on Udyr, but because of the heroics from Cryan, they couldn't get the Baron, and now it is actually RNG on the Baron here. Showmaker's got a TP, and he's coming right now.
Okay, RNG will be forced away from the Baron. And for those of y'all that weren't looking at those numbers on the bottom of the screen, it was nearly 6,000 damage from Canyon's Morgana in that last team fight. This champion, so incredibly powerful. Canyon currently sitting at 0-3-9, only hasn't been a part of one of the kills that DAMWON has found for themselves here in this game. Critically has the Zhonya's Hourglass completed, so he can always go for the stasis in all the team fights now. Same story can be told for both Showmaker and Xiaohu. With all these AP threats in the game, more AP threats means more Zhonyas will be there. So these team fights become even more difficult to navigate for both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. You look over at DAMWON, they've got double Zhonyas, they have the stopwatch on Barrel, and their carries are getting pretty juiced up here. Showmaker as well as Ghost are really, really strong. Yes, they are actually still behind in gold to their opponents, their counterparts over on the RNG side, who are ahead as far as the farm. We're going to have extra objective gold as well. And there is the Infernal Soul. But DAMWON is making you believe that, hey, they are not out of it just yet. And with this Elder Dragon, that is the great equalizer. If you can actually secure the Elder Dragon, all of a sudden you don't really care about the Infernal Soul, at least during the duration of that buff. So it gives you this window of supreme power, where if you can get out on the map, if you can force a fight, you can flip the game on its head, and that is what DAMWON is going to want to do. But on the other side, it feels like RNG really has been on the precipice of closing out this game for a while. You know, one big team fight win into the Bear and into the Elder for them, and you have to feel like it is going to be lights out for DAMWON. And with the IE complete, with the Lord Dominic's in for Gala, we'll see if Khan can still be this beast on the front line.
Okay, Elder Dragon's alive, and it's DAMWON who are closer to the pit right now. Keep your eyes on Xiaohu. Remember what he can do on this Gragas if he gets that proper engage. Ghost is starting up the Elder here already. It will be aggroed. So DAMWON will be dealing with that little bit of extra just damage being present that they don't have to deal with from their opponents, but they're still taking it on as their responsibility. Continuing to just whittle away at this very, very slowly. They don't want to take it too low, throw it up to a 50-50 and end up losing the game off the bat, but it looks like they might just go for it. Scuttle Crab will be secured by Cryan. Elder Drake at about 4K. DAMWON still looking to go, still ready to make this happen.
On the
Elder Drake at 3K, Gala having to pop the cleanse right now. Khan wants to follow up. Showmaker needs his way into the fight, and he's found it, but Showmaker's about to die. Into the stasis he goes, and Ghost is unstoppable. Barrel's looking to contain Xiaohu. DAMWON's able to fall back. They find themselves here in a 4v1 in the pit, but Xiaohu flashes over the wall. Elder Drake down to about 2K, Xiaohu right back in, Gala right back in. Elder Drake stolen by Kaisa. RNG have found themselves a beautiful buff, but it's DAMWON who will shred the rest of the fight.
Ghost and Khan clean it up, surviving with a sliver of health there, as Gala is the one to grab the Elder Dragon, but RNG so focused on securing the objective that it is DAMWON by the slimmest margins who come out on top in the fight. And there's no Elder Dragon buffs remaining on the map. I believe they all actually did die with that. I'm not sure on the respawn timing there, but Wei perhaps getting out. We can watch this one more time. The cleanse was forced here. Ming just gets roasted by Ghost as he steps forward with the black shield, deleting him, and the explosive shot actually catches Cryan as well. So he gets pushed out. Xiaohu is in the pit trying to make space here, but he's forced out as well. And now we can track Xiaohu going back in, catches the body slam. Gala ults in off of the plasma that was applied, and Canyon had to early smite, it looked like there, or he was worried he was going to die to Gala, because Gala was focusing him down, bursting him down so incredibly quickly. So the early smite is forced out, and I believe it was actually a Q potentially there from Kaisa that was hitting both the Dragon as well as the Jungler that did actually secure it. But thankfully for DAMWON, by the slimmest of margins, Ghost as well as Khan do survive. They clean up the fight, and they've taken off almost all of those Elder Dragon buffs, and you can see this has truly become a marksman duel here. Both of these heavyweights going back to back, but this is just getting deleted.
It's already down. It's already gone. Baron's going to be secured by the side of RNG. They're trying to fight him, but DAMWON are already done. Showmaker's trying to survive here back in the pit, but he gets himself back over the wall. Gala's able to chase him, fighting a kill, grabbing a double, grabbing a triple, doing everything the man can, and the man can do it all. Triple kill over for Gala. Cryan's not a man to be left behind, but Wei's Elder Drake will find the kill with the laser, and RNG get exactly what they're looking for.
They take it all. They rush down the Baron, and DAMWON did not have time to set up that perfect 5v5 that they've wanted. They've been hanging on by the skin of their teeth for so long, and RNG just broke them apart there at the Baron. They are on the march here, looking to potentially end this game. But Canyon's up in 5, Barrel's up in 6 seconds right now. Ghost is alive, so there is a chance of a hold, and this game could continue here.
Yeah.
RNG does not want to risk it. They will back off. They've got some low health bars. They've got a ton of gold to spend. So they're going to reset. The game will continue. But RNG are inching closer and closer to the death blow. And you've got to wonder, how much longer can DAMWON hold on?
Great recognition of how much damage they had for the Baron there from RNG. They make the confident call, they know what they can get away with, and let's take another look at it right now.
Exactly, it's right into the pit, they secure that. DAMWON had to pile in, right? So it's just not an organized fight from them because they realize, oh my God, the Baron is gonna die instantly. Super fed Lucian, super fed Kai'Sa, that thing just melted. So they all had to go in a little bit disorganized, flying in there. Udyr, the lone member who actually still had the Elder Dragon buff there, able to show it off as he takes down Khan, who is trying to escape. Ghost did survive and is very, very strong, but still does not yet have his IE. He's got to get towards that to really be that threat, but RNG are pushing. They're looking to close out this game here. 4 members grouped up top, and they're wanting to get down another inhibitor here, potentially. Look at the Baron power play. Gonna be nearly 6,000 gold as this tower does fall. That is an incredible surge in gold.
And remember, even though we're at the point of the game where we've already seen an Elder Dragon, the next one's coming up in under 2 minutes, we've got the Baron online and everything like that, we're not so late in the game that everybody's got all of their items. So the full weight of this nearly 9,000 gold lead is bearing down on DAMWON. They are significantly far behind their opponents in terms of itemization, in terms of threat. Gala is currently on 6 items. Granted, he can still sell the boot, he can replace that with something else, yada yada, but there are 6 completed items in his inventory, 7, 2, and 6 here on the Kai'Sa. You talked at the start of this about how popular this champion in particular is for both of these marksmen, how popular this combo is, pairing it with the Nautilus. And Gala and Ming have been doing some great stuff here this game.
They absolutely have, and this is kind of the peak of power right now for RNG. You have the Infernal Soul, you have 6 items just completed on Gala. He's got the GA ready to go, so they are looking for that one-punch fight to get them over the hump, to close out this game here. We'll see if it's going to be at this Elder Dragon. You have to feel that DAMWON will contest, but DAMWON is so penned into their base, they've got no vision. Look at the wards that have been set out here from RNG. The entire blue quadrant is covered in RNG vision, and it is just terrifying to walk through there as DAMWON.
RNG will take down this next tier 2 turret now. That one in bottom lane was the last turret standing outside of the base of DAMWON. So that brings our gold lead up to almost 10K here. 30 seconds until the Elder Drake. Also important to notice, I said that Gala was on 6 items. One of those items is a Guardian Angel. Even if you kill him, he's not dead. So that means the focus for DAMWON has to be even better than it otherwise had to be, and it had to be on point before. Barrel's about to die. Over the wall goes Xiao Hu. He might just die in return. Pops the stasis, guaranteeing that he's able to stay alive for a moment longer, but Ghost is godlike, finding a 1-for-1 trade. Khan's tanking up here on the front line, but he's not tanky enough. Tries to use the Gargoyle Stone Plate, but a tank is not a tank against 2 fed marksmen.
Yeah, they can't get in. The initial trade was okay. Barrel goes down, but they kill off Xiao Hu. But without Khan, there's no realistic way for them to get over to the Elder Dragon and contest this. So I think they've just got to give it up. They've got to pray for some sort of a miracle team fight in their base. RNG has been running the game from start to finish, but DAMWON has been making them fight for every little bit of ground that they can gain. They're even trying to wait, it looks like, to actually give this to Xiao Hu as well.
Yep.
Yeah, they want to end the game with this. So they're going to wait 10 seconds, saying, there's no chance you can come contest. We'll delay this that long so that all 5 of us have the Elder. Then we're marching down the map, and we are ending the game. There's nothing you can do about it.
This is the unironic version of playing solo queue and having your dead teammates say, wait 25 seconds, I want the buff. This is true team coordination.
Hey, if it's Xiao Hu saying that, maybe you wait in solo queue, okay? A little bit of a difference between me saying that and him saying that.
A little bit of a difference here in this game. And for RNG, man, this first game has been theirs from that very beginning, from that first jungle invade. and they are a well-oiled machine. Looking at the inventory of Cryan, he now has the stopwatch in his 6th item slot, so he's ready to play incredibly aggressively too, knowing he can dash in, use the Gale Force, try to secure that execution, and then drop the aggro so the rest of his team can clean up. This is, as you've already said, the push that RNG wants to win off of. They know they have the Elder, they know their opponents have no business challenging them in neutral territory, so this Baron is all but free.
Yeah, they're going to be able to grab the Baron as well. Cryan with the casual Flame Horizon here over Showmaker, 110 farm above. They've got the double super buffs. They have Soul. This is as powerful as it gets. If you can't end the game now, you start getting pretty worried because you do not get stronger than this. They've got full items on Gala. They've got the Infernal Soul. They've got the Elder Dragon. They've got the Baron. We'll see if DAMWON can pull off any sort of a miracle, but this is going to have to be something special for them to have any chance because RNG are on the march and they are pushing forward.
Holy cow, nearly a culling from full to dead there against Canyon. Also getting that Zhonya's means that his teamfight power is greatly reduced, as is the health of Nexus turret number 1, which is already dead. RNG continue their push. They've got Elder Drake for another 45. Holy shit! Canyon is instantly deleted. RNG already continuing the push now. Double kill back over to Kaisa. You got Showmaker looking to disengage. Ghost, Khan, Showmaker all stuck on the fountain. And RNG knows exactly what it takes to win the game 39 minutes in. They'll take game 1.
What a game from RNG, start to finish. They showcase the confidence, the incredible team fighting, the pose that they had here to be able to actually move around the map and play so calm, so collected. They really did look like a well-oiled team here, busting out the Lucian. First time for Cryan at this event. You thought maybe it was going up to Xiaohu. He's already played it 3 times, but it is Cryan who brings it to the mid lane, who ran the show against the Showmaker himself, really getting the best of the DAMWON mid laner for really, it feels like the first time between these two head-to-head battles that we've had.
Yeah, awesome game 1 here from RNG, who really showed like they've got the strategy, they've got the teamwork, they've got themselves a plan to win this final and take that MSI trophy. We're tossing to a break here now. As we go to the break, let's find out how DAMWON Kia shows their team anthem for MSI 2021, Heroine by Sunmi.